What's going on, guys? Ultimate Deadpool here. So today I've got some new figures and stuff to review, two of which are going to, actually I'm hoping all of which are going to appear in some videos before too long. But before we get started, I did this for a possible thumbnail for Jason versus Wolverine, and it's cool, but it doesn't make sense. Because I don't think realistically Jason would be able to pick up Wolverine with one arm by his neck like that because of Wolverine's adamantium skeleton. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think Jason could actually pick up Wolverine with his adamantium skeleton with one arm just like this? If so, please let me know down in the comments below. And I promise you guys I'm going to try to have that video out later this week. So, provided the extra Wolverine gets here in time. So, okay, now with that out of the way, we're going to go ahead and move these off screen. Now, we have two brand new figures to discuss. So, we got, obviously, Compound Hulk and Kurt Russell as McCready from The Thing by John Carpenter. So, we're going to go ahead and start with the one that people want to see first and go on to the next one. Okay, starting with Compound Hulk. This is actually my first real Marvel Legends Hulk, oddly enough. I can't find anything that's actually just Hulk. So I saw this at a store. It was called Madness Games and Comics. It looked cool, and it's the Hulk, so, you know, or Hulks. I think this, I don't know if this is a thing that actually happened in the comic books. I'm pretty sure it did, though. I mean, obviously it had to have, because otherwise they wouldn't have made a figure on it. But it's interesting. You know, when it's basically, it looks like it's just, you know, Red Hulk and Hulk, you know, kind of got stuck together somehow. I'm pretty sure if it does happen, if I remember correctly, if it did happen in the comic books, it was done by some magic being or something. I think it also happened in the Agents of Smash TV show, but I'm not 100% sure on that. But you can definitely tell, especially on camera, what kind of plastics they used, or what kind of paint, because the upper body is red, the head is all red, but the arm is obviously molded in green, and they had to color match this when they painted it, and it looks seamless. Like in real life, it looks seamless. The only reason why his shoulder appears lighter is because they used a lighter tone of paint to show more muscle mass, which is a clever little touch. And then his pants are actually purple, but they just painted half of them black. And it looks really, really well. Compound Hulk comes with two different hands. It's literally just him with his hands open. So that's pretty much it. Other than that, it's just, you know, fists or nothing at all. Detail-wise, I'd say Compound Hulk is actually a 10 out of 10, which is a rarity on my channel. Because the line is perfectly seamless throughout the down portion of his torso. And his back. His back's actually pretty clean as well. His face has quite a bit of detail. Again, it's perfectly matched on each side. So, honestly, I would definitely give this Hulk a 10 out of 10 on detail work. It looks really cool. It has a lot of nice posability. It does have extra hands that you can switch out if you wanted to have him like pick up a character or whatever and toss it and whatnot. You can actually do that because it's perfectly proportionate. Everything is, you know, just as it should be. It's got perfect mobility. I will say, if I had to complain about anything, it is a little bit harder to stand up because it's so big. It's such a much bigger figure, which makes sense because it's the Hulk. So, I mean, if I had to nitpick on anything, I say it's pretty hard to get to stand up correctly. But other than that, perfect 10 out of 10. Alright, now we've got McCready from The Thing by John Carpenter, starring Kurt Russell. Kurt Russell obviously plays McCready. Now, The Thing was never one of my favorite horror movies, but I recently rewatched it, and shortly after I bought this figure. I only got it because I actually need it for Jason versus Wolverine, oddly enough. Kurt Russell's character is not going to be named McCready. It's going to be named somebody else, probably Kurt or Russell, just as kind of an inside joke. But the movie's not bad. It's not quite what I remember. But it's definitely a good movie, especially for gorehounds, especially from the time period that it came out. So McCready has a couple of different weapons. He's got a ice pick, a gun, which is already in his holster, a stick of dynamite, the wire thing here, a spouter of blood, and the test thing is already on the blood. Simply because that's how they figure out who's human and who is not, is if their blood reacts like this to electricity or heat that flares up, and that's how they know who is human and who is not. He also comes with a second head with him and his hood up. He has 5 different hands, and then obviously he's got the flamethrower. His extra head, the ice pick, and obviously him are going to show up in the video along with the flamethrower. So keep the flamethrower in mind when you go to watch Jason versus Wolverine. Really nice detail actually on this figure. The face looks very much like Kurt Russell. The flamethrower on his back has some pretty good detail. They actually did like a military grade cot type thing on his back to show that it's custom built. This is obviously a very custom built flamethrower. So if you look on his back, it's kind of hard to see, but there's a mat with some wires connecting to it to kind of give it not as much back tension, I guess, on it. The straps are pretty well done. The hose, it looks like it looks just like a flamethrower, especially the one that they use in the movie, obviously. The flame piece does come out, so his hands are, like I said, his hands are interchangeable. You actually have to take the black cuffs off if you want to switch off the hands. Like I said, he's got a gun in his holster. Really nice leg work. He's got obviously military grade pants with zippers and stuff everywhere. Basic brown boots. His jacket has some nice wear and tear kind of weathering to it, which is something I always am a sucker for when it comes to this type of detail work, is when they go that extra mile to make it look authentic. And then if you look underneath, he's got that blue sweatshirt, which is what his other head is intended for. Let's see. He's also got some bullets around the back part of his belt, which I find is interesting. So, like I said, this figure is going to appear in Wolverine versus Jason Voorhees with the flamethrower. The flamethrower is actually going to play a crucial part to it. But most likely this character's name is not going to be McCready, so that way it's not really tied into anything. It's probably just going to end up being, his name's probably either going to end up being Kurt or just Russell, just so it's kind of like an inside joke. But that's pretty much it. Like I said, I've said this before and I'll say it again. The box work that they put on the box is really well done. It looks really good. I think for McCready, overall, since I like John Carpenter's The Thing, but it's not my favorite horror movie. And I'm not familiar with a whole bunch of their characters. I do know who Kurt Russell is. He was one of my favorite actors growing up. So honestly, I would give this character probably a 9 And the reason why I scored a 9 is I would have liked to see them, I guess you could say add more weaponry to it. But even though this is basically what he uses the whole movie, but I would have liked to see them do a little bit more with it. Other than that, it's flawless, just like all of the NECA figures are. So that's pretty much it. So again, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Like I said, if you want to play a little game in the comments, let me know if you think that this could actually be possible, and have Jason Voorhees actually be able to pick up Wolverine with one arm with his adamantium skeleton. If you guys think that's possible, just tell me yes, that's possible, or explain your reasoning behind why it couldn't be possible. So again, thank you guys so much, and I will catch you guys all later. Bye.